What's going on, everybody? This is John, aka Cargo Fire here, and I'm just going to go over a quick tutorial on how to set up your wing views for Flight Simulator. So the first thing we're going to talk about is setting up the camera controls. And for the camera controls, whether you set that up on your keyboard or whether you set that up on your flight controls, it really doesn't matter. The key here is to know what keys you bound the controls to. So prior to setting it all up, you want to make sure your filters are set to all, and we're going to expand the cockpit camera menu. And you'll notice that I've already bound several keys to the F keys. So here we need to save custom camera positions, and I've assigned those with Control F1, Control F2, Control F3, and so on. And likewise, we need to recall those positions. So here we have Shift F1, Shift F2, Shift F3, and etc. You'll also notice that we need to set up these following controls. Now, I come from X-Plane, so these keybinds should be very familiar if you're an X-Plane user. Again, you want to set these keybinds to your preference. I've set this up according to how it is in X-Plane. So now we're going to go back. We're going to go back to the welcome screen, world map, and we're going to load into the Boeing 747 Intercontinental. Now, when you do this on your end, it doesn't matter what aircraft you're doing. This technique should work for whatever aircraft you wish to set up your cameras on. So we're going to spawn here in Los Angeles at ramp 134. So now here we are in the flight deck of the 747 Intercontinental. Now, we're going to use the transform keys that we defined earlier to save our custom positions. So again, use the transform keys that we talked about from earlier, and then you're going to want to save your positions using the save custom camera location buttons 1 through 10. As you're doing this exercise, you'll notice that you're not able to move outside of the bounds. As you can see there, we're not allowed to go past a certain point. So we're going to fix that. We're going to fix that by setting up a specific view and just binding it to any save custom view, any save custom camera view. So for example, we're going to set up a custom view at this position, and we're going to set it to custom view 4. We're going to set up another view looking at the FMC, and we're going to save this as custom view 1. So you'll see now we're moving between save positions 4 and positions 1. You can continue to set up your custom views accordingly to however you want in your simulator. But in order for us to get the wing views, we need to exit out of Flight Simulator. So now that we've exited out of Flight Simulator, we're going to go into the C drive, users, and your username folder. And if you're not showing all folders, you'll want to type in app data into the address bar. And then from there, you'll want to go to Roaming, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Sim Objects, Airplanes, and you'll see here we have a folder for the 747. So we're going to open this folder and we're going to edit this file, cameras.cfg. Open it up using your favorite text editor, and you'll see there that we have the 2 camera definitions that we set up from earlier. We're taking note of position 4 because that's the one that we're going to manipulate. Position 4, or Title 4, is the one that's overlooking the first officer's view. And you'll want to take note of initial XYZ and these 3 values. We're going to edit the first coordinate to a value of -5, and we'll leave everything else unchanged. By changing this value to -5 ensures that we're going to be outside of the constraints of the cockpit. So you want to make sure that you set a number not too high or too low, and I found that 5 is a pretty decent number. So now that we've saved that, we're going to go back into the simulator. We're going to reopen the 747 aircraft. It doesn't matter where you spawn. You'll notice that we still have our saved position 1, which again from earlier overlooks the FMC. And now when we hit position 4, when we load up position 4, you'll notice now we're outside of the aircraft, free of the bounds that were defined from earlier. And again, using the transform keys that we set up from earlier, and now we're free to set up our views without any constraints. So I'm just trying to move inside of the fuselage now. We're going to pick a row looking at the engines of the 47. So I'm aligning it next to a window. And this view looks good. So I'm going to save this now to a different custom camera view. Move on over to get the other wing view. And please excuse the food catering truck stuck inside the engine number 4. For the purpose of this tutorial, we can set up the transform accordingly to how we so please. So this view looks good. I'm going to go save this as another custom camera view, and now we can switch between these 2 views. I hope you found this tutorial to be useful for your Microsoft flight simming experience. I'd appreciate a thumbs up and or a follow on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/cargofire. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on stream. Peace.